Hi guys, General Splatton here. I want to continue with the paintbrush series reviews. This review is what I call second tier paintbrushes. Start off with, you're looking at a selection of brushes like these. Vallejo brushes came with the Vallejo game color set of paints that I bought. So I didn't purchase these intentionally, they just came with a set. These are golden Taklon brushes, I believe, so it's a synthetic brush. But the problem that you're going to run into, I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, did you see that little bend in the tip? That's the problem that you have with the second tier brushes. They're going to develop these bends and deform themselves pretty quickly in the paint cycle. So you won't get a long work time with them. They're not going to last you a year or two. They're going to develop this bend pretty quickly. So these three came with a set. Now these two are from the Army Painter. This is an insane detail brush. I love the triangular handle. They fit, at least my hand, perfectly for painting, because that's the way I hold a pencil, so that's the way I paint. I love the handles. I wish the Raphaels had this type of handle. They are also a synthetic brush. They're going to do the same thing. I think you can see it pretty clearly on this one. It does have a bend in it, even though it's dry right now. There's a bend in the point right there. These are good brushes. I bought these intentionally. I recommend them for the handle, but I don't recommend them as far as the bristles themselves. So the Grumbacher I bought at Michael's, I believe, but same thing, synthetic brush, the tip bends. I have some Privateer Press large dry brushes. I don't use them very much, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But once again, they are for dry brushing. A synthetic brush is fine, because it's not about the quality of the brush as far as the function of the brush. And then some what I call tier 3 brushes. These are testers. You can use these to move around paint, transfer paint, mix paint, lay down glue, mix glue, as far as water to glue for doing bases and whatnot. I got like 10 for less than $2, so I highly recommend these for that type thing. You can wash them out and still reuse them, so they should last you a good while, even with some minor care. So these are excellent for that. So enough said about those. Now, what I wanted to show you is I have these Raphaels back, and I want to give you the prices. I bought these at a art supply place, Dick Blick. I'm going to tell you what I paid for them. This 6/0 right here was $7.62. This number 2 was $11.74, and this 0 was $8.58. The reason I tell you that is for this reason. These brushes over here are going to run you $3, $4, $5, depending on sizes and which one you go with. So, and they're not going to last you all that long, 2 or 3 months or whatever. Well, these Raphaels over here should last you, as long as you take care of them properly, years, I would think, or at least a year. So for just slightly more money, get the top of the line brush that's going to last you a long time, versus the synthetics. Yes, you save money eventually on the initial purchase, but you don't save money in the long run. In fact, these brushes cost you money in the long run, because you got to replace them far more often than you would these Raphaels or the Winsor Newtons. So you buy a quality brush off the bat, you've already saved money. So that's the problem I have with tier 2 brushes, is that they're not going to last you all that long, and you got to continuously replenish your supply of them. Whereas you buy a quality brush right off the bat, a top of the line brush, you're going to use it for a long time. You're saving money. So the choice is yours. You can save a little money up front, or you can cost yourself a lot of money in the end. I prefer to get something of quality to begin with, and that way I think I'm getting a better value. And also, I firmly believe, and I'm sure many of the people out there that use these brushes, whether it's the Winsor Newtons or the Raphaels, possibly the Da Vincis as well, you're going to be a better painter just from picking up this brush. Not that your skill level is going to increase, but you're going to get a finer working instrument. In other words, these are going to leave less brush strokes. They're going to be able, because of the softness of the bristles, you're going to be able to blend better, shadow better, shade better, all sorts of things. So just by having the quality in your hand, the quality of your painting skill, I believe, will go up, because it's a much easier and much more effective tool for you to be using. I firmly believe that picking up these brushes automatically improves your skill level, or at least the results of your skill level. Let's say it that way. And these other little two are what I use for dry brushes. This is a low Cornell 7400 angular brush. It's a 1/8 size. I use these for dry brushing. I love this brush. These brushes are wonderful for this particular application of dry brushing. I love these brushes as much as I do my Raphaels. I love them that much because you can move the paint around easier. You can dry brush with it. It's designed for that. It's a flat angular brush, small, so you can get into small details, move it around as you need to, and it's going to be better control as far as dry brushing over a round brush. This one's a 1/4 inch, so it's going to be for larger areas. So you can get up to a line really easily with it and not cross it. It's easier than it would be for, say, a round brush. I think you have much better control with these. So whether it's this one or some other brand, I highly recommend these for dry brushing. A angular flat brush. These are synthetics, but I take care of them, and you see there's no point or no need for a dry brush to get all whacked out to the side of the bristles. You know, you clean it out thoroughly. Don't let the paint go up into the ferrules just like you would for your good quality brushes that you use for normal painting. These are going to last you a long time. As you see, this one, I've used these extensively, and they're still in great shape. So I highly recommend a flat angular brush to do your dry brushing. You get better control right off the bat than you would with, say, a round brush. So, but I love these low Cornell. I paid like $3 or $4, $5 a piece for them at Michael's, I believe. So get you some of these. I think you'll love these for dry brushing. I know I do. I mean, like I said, I love these as much as I do the others. Well, that's a kind of a brief overview of what I think about Tier 2 brushes. I think in the long run they cost you money, and this is an expensive hobby we're in because of paints and models and all the other stuff that goes with it, or it can be. You save money by going with quality right off the bat. I mean, $7.62, that's not a lot of money. That's a hamburger nowadays at even the fast food places, just about. So these brushes, they're worth the money, and they definitely save you money in the long run. So if you've got any questions or comments about this, just let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Ask you please rate, subscribe. You have any other things that you want to talk about, then drop me a line. We'll sit around and talk about it. This is General Splatton, and I'll talk again.